This is the attorney for the United States Department of Justice, Matney Elizabeth Rolfe, and this is her email to me on November 27th, the day her brief was due to be filed. She sent me this message saying, attached, you will find the motion for extension of time I filed with the court this afternoon, noting your objection. Best. So basically, she didn't include a copy of our correspondence in her motion where I told her no because she's outside the time of the rules. So instead what she did was she just told the court that, I objected to it, and she didn't put what I wrote because, they didn't want that on the record. Okay, so what I did was I took a copy of it anyway and I filed it to put on the record, and they threw it away. But this is her contacting me the day her brief was due, and she filed a motion for extension in lieu of filing a brief, which you can't do. She was supposed to have an extension sent to the court 7 days before that document was due. And what they did, they thought by abusing me on the outside of the court that I wasn't going to be able to get my brief filed because I got all this stuff going on in these courts. And they like, oh, that's too much work for him. He's not going to be able to get it done. And when I got all the work done, they was like, fuck, he got it done. So she was like, oh, there's no way he got that done. And then when they got it and seen it was filed, she was like, oh shit, well, I have to respond. And then by that time it was too late. These people is sick. So this is proof that she sent me this on the 27th of November. You can see it underneath her name. All right. So this shows you. So I have to expose these people online through this video to embarrass them, to show that not only are they crooked, but they incompetent and they unethical and they're ineffective. And they don't understand the law. They don't understand the Constitution. They just doing baby shit. They look like a whole bunch of children that need their little asses whooped. And this is my letter to her. After she sent me that motion for extension of time, I sent a reply back to her. I said, hello, Miss Rolfe. Why didn't you include my letter in your filing so the court can be aware that we conferred on the issue? Doesn't it make sense to include proof that we corresponded on the issue? I'm going to file an objection and include my response to you that you chose to omit from your filing. And so when the court received it, they just threw it away. Because she told them, well, he's going to send that in, and they just threw it away. These people, they just took all the integrity up out of these courts. Okay, people, all constitutional rights invoked, now waived. This is the docket for the Federal Circuit Court, okay? The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit Court, okay? Now, this case was filed as a result of the United States Federal Court of Claims throwing out my case for suing the government for killing Moses. Okay? So, what happened was I filed an appeal with the United States Court of Appeals Federal Circuit. And what happened is, I had to turn in a brief. An informal brief, which was filed on 10/19, according to this record. You can see, I'm going to blow it up a little bit. And what these people have done is they had their brief was due November 27th, and they failed to file it. All right? They failed to file it in violation. And they tried to asked for an extension the day the brief was due. So she put a motion for extension on November 27th, which is number 8. Here you can see November 27th. And she tried to file an extension in lieu of filing the actual brief, okay, which you can't do. That's a violation of FCR 26B1 and FCR 26A2, okay? You have to notify the court 7 days before an extension. So she put that in, right? So before I could have a chance to object, I already sent her my objection the same day that she put the motion in. So she personally receives my objection via email. Okay. And then I had to mail it to the court because I don't have electronic filing with them. I had to mail it to the court. So when I mailed it to the court on November 28th, when they received it, they threw it in the trash so that her motion could be uncontested on the record. Okay? So they threw it in the trash. And so what I had to do was I had to send in another one through certified mail, and I had to put a pseudonym, a pseudonymous name. Okay, I had to have somebody else put it under their name and not put Mark McCormick on the package. Because if they'd have seen Mark McCormick on the package, they'd have threw it away again. So we put the other person's name on there, and when they opened it up, they seen that it was my brief again. Okay, they threw the first one away, but this one I sent in through certified mail too. And so I already had the tracking information to prove that they were served at 7 o'clock in the morning. So there was no way for them to back out of it. So what they did was they just didn't put it on the docket. Okay, they just didn't put it on the docket because this lady, Matney Elizabeth Rolfe, she is a attorney for the United States Department of Justice, and she failed to file the brief. Okay, and so they gave her an extension, which is here on November 30th until December 18th. And I told her I don't want her to get that extension because you in violation of the rules and you abusing the court process, because we were supposed to be going before the panel soon after I turned in my reply to your brief, but I can't turn it in, so they holding up the time. So I notified the courts. And so I called yesterday. Okay, I called the courts yesterday, and which was December 14th. And when I called the courts yesterday on December 14th, I actually called them on December 13th, and I spoke to Anna, and Anna told me, okay, well, I can't guarantee it's going to be on there today, but we got it. I said, so when is it going to be on there? What's the big deal? She said, well, I don't know, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, but definitely not today. So, I waited until the 14th. The 14th came, and when they seen that I called, because you can't call them private, you have to unblock your number. So I wanted them to know that it was me calling. So I called. I didn't call with my number blocked. I called with my number showing, and they wasn't picking up the phone. So I said, okay, they playing games with me. So I called 45 times. I called 45 times in a row, and I said, you know what? If they don't pick up this phone, I'm just going to keep calling until the closing time. So that phone would have rang and rang from 9 o'clock in the morning, from 9:50 in the morning Mountain Standard Time, all the way until 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time until they close. I would have rang that motherfucking phone for every second on the minute, okay? Because you guys are public servants. You work in a public place, and this is regarding a very important issue. So they don't like it because they in a bad position, okay? So they felt a certain type of way. They didn't want me to have that file. And so today, being December 15th, my filing is still not on the docket, because they want to wait until the 18th to put it on there. So when she filed her brief could populate on the docket on the 18th, and then they'll allow my filing to populate on the docket on the 18th, and then they'll say, oh, we received your filing late, okay, because they threw the first one away. So, she already got the extension, the brief is already filed, so the motion is pretty much moot. This is what they planning to do. So I had to do this video ahead of time before the 18th, so when they come out with they order, if they come out with they order saying exactly what I'm saying, in this video, then either I'm psychic as hell or I'm right about them being crooked. Okay, so they're gonna have to strike her brief from the docket because she outside of the rules, and they're operating in bad faith because they threw away my filing and they're refusing to put my filing on the docket before the 18th. Okay, because they tampering with records. This is tampering with records, okay, which is illegal. So whoever was working in that office, that proves that they threw away my first filing because they operate in bad faith. They won't put this filing on the docket yet. So when I spoke to Mila yesterday, she said, yeah, we have the docket, but I just don't know when we're going to put it on there. I said, so what's the big deal? Why won't you put it on there? Why won't you put the document on there? It's sent. So this is what they're planning to do. So if I'm dealing with all this abuse, you know, and I'm an investigator for Deception Stoppers, what we do is we stop deception. So if I'm dealing with this, what are they doing to regular people? Okay. What are they doing to the regular people? And at this point, we already know the cabal is telling these different people in these different courts what to do, how to rule, and doing all of that stuff. But, you know, I didn't write these laws. So how you gonna feel disdained and mad at me because I'm within the guidelines of the law and you're not, but you just feel like, oh, well, I don't want you to have this and I don't want to do this for you. You a criminal. You a criminal. You a criminal. That's what you are. So, you know, I just wanted to make this video as proof. This is proof that they tampering with records, and this is proof that they're trying to wait until the 18th of December to put my filing on there when they really received it December 4th and they threw it away and I had to send in another one. Okay, so this is all the proof of what they doing because they already know that my brief is going to be uncontested, and it don't matter if it was contested anyways because you cannot supersede the Constitution. You can't. Okay, so you can't supersede that. So they feel a certain type of way. So I'm not gonna make this video all drawn out. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to wait until see what they make they ruling on the 18th. And maybe I might wait to upload this video. I might wait until after the 18th to upload this video to let them go ahead and make their order first. And then you'll see that I made this video today on the 15th. Okay, you can see today on the 15th I made this video. And then it'll prove that what they doing is fraudulent. And this is just, these people is crazy. So much for integrity in America. All constitutional rights invoked now. Wait, we up out of here. This is sick. These people are sick. And all of my correspondence with her, the United States, the U.S. Marshals get everything. Anything that I send out through email, any email that I send out regarding any of these legal matters, automatically go to the U.S. Marshals because the U.S. Marshals are the police for the people. Okay, they don't. They're not used to doing business like that, but that's what they are. They are the police for the people. So they have all these correspondences. So, you know, they know what's going on, and they could step in and they could enforce and do things up under the Constitution that is a little bit more creative. You know, when people violate that Constitution, the U.S. Marshals can go get them. Okay, they can. All right, so this is what I said to Miss Rolfe, the U.S. Justice Department's attorney. I said, hello, Miss Rolfe. And that's a typo where I said the hello, Miss Rolfe. I said, I called up to the Federal Circuit Court clerk's office this morning starting around 9:55 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I wasn't able to get through the line immediately. I had to call around 45 times before they eventually got tired of hearing the phone ring, and they finally answered the phone, and I was greeted by Mila. Mila was polite and listened to my contentions regarding them stonewalling my call and throwing away my first motion in opposition to your extension. I advised her that we were recording the call and everything just to have proof of the games that are being played with respect to our mail and our filings. I told her what we will not be doing is putting my document on the docket on the 18th of December in an effort to moot the request contained. You have not submitted your brief to the court yet, so there is no reason why your brief should docket simultaneously with my document. The game is up, so you could tell the cabal the game is over. I'm embarrassed for you and them, Bass.
See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Y'all remember in the Bible, the Pharisees, they were the religious people. They would say they would preach Jesus, but in reality, they didn't have love. Their hearts wasn't right. They wanted to treat people with love. You know what I'm saying? When you're really like that, You don't gotta say, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a fearing man of God, I'm a God-fearing man, I'm a fearing woman of God. It's gonna show. You're gonna have the fruits of the Spirit. You ain't even gotta say all that. People gonna see you and be like, hey, what's different about her? You know what I'm saying? So it's something different, like, you know what I'm saying? It's something different. I want that. You don't go around here and say, I'm this, I'm that. It's gonna show. People gonna be like, damn, I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want that joy, I want that peace, I want that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, an example of being a Christian is like, when somebody cut you off in traffic, you don't flick them off. Or when somebody, the waitress bring out your order wrong, you say, I'm sorry, man, this ain't right, instead of cussing her out or something like that. Y'all remember that?
Stop trying to motherfucking blame me for you don't get what you need. Next question, Tmmkaye.
And the sad part, you're not going to jail. You're going to prison. That way. And that's a period, bitch.
As you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.